We're going to do a little reflection on how the manager plays such a powerful role and why leadership is so important in making money. So, you guys have heard me say this till I have gotten, you already know what I'm going to say, right? It's blue in the face. Speed equals sales. And the reason speed equals sales, just in case you need a refresher, is because you have the circle of sales, and 50% of that circle is speed. What you haven't really had me touch a lot up on is why does speed equal sales? Or right, what causes speed? Really, that's the question. And speed comes from a culture of execution. So whenever you have a really good culture, generally speed is a outcome of that because people have buy-in. People have buy-in is ownership. They give a damn. Actually, the new motto for our company is actually going to be give a shit. And we've thought about making shirts for that. That's for a different day. Now, that said, where does culture come from? Culture comes from leadership. When there's strong leadership, there is good ownership. And when you have a good leader and good leadership team, it inevitably leads to good culture. When you have a bad leadership team, it inevitably leads to bad culture. Okay, so when it has good culture, it has good speed, and it has good sales. And you know what the beautiful thing here is? It is a perpetuating cycle. It feeds itself. So when there's good sales, it makes people want to listen to the leadership more, which further strengthens the leadership. We call this a virtuous cycle. It is absolutely fantastic. Leadership comes in a store from manager and lead tech, as you all know. But today we're going to focus only on what the manager does and the things the manager must do in order to continue this virtuous cycle. So I'm going to do some artistry here. And my artistry is going to start with some guy here on the front counter. And we're going to say this is a computer. Hopefully you can see that. And he's got his arms. He's just writing people up. You've obviously got the most important person in the building here, Mr. Customer, who is like, my car is broken. This guy is smiling. He's like, I got you, Mr. Customer. You've obviously got your this is another screen here. This guy's sitting here. He's typing and he's got his big old cordless phone to his ear. He is talking and he is selling, right? You've got this guy. And then of course you've got your bay number one. And we're going to put a weird looking car on this thing. I think that's a station wagon. And you've got this guy here, and he's got a $200 Snap-on flashlight in his hand, and he's sitting here. And then there's another guy with him who's got a Moses' tablet, and he's writing things down. He's writing things down with a serious face. And this guy, he's looking around, he's looking at the car. Where's the manager? Well, I'll tell you where the manager is. That's why you're here. The manager is everywhere. He is moving around so fast. It's this guy here. It's Mr. Manager. He's Mr. Producer, right? That's manager, manager, and manager. Now, you could have Mr. Service Advisor, Parts Manager, PM, also Prime Minister. You have your manager going everywhere because the manager is where, if this guy is going back and forth, what's happening is he is producing something called pressure. He's producing pressure inside the front office. Let me tell you guys something. When speed goes down, I'm going to put this in red because it's sad. When speed goes down, it's not because the technicians are not able to inspect cars fast. It's because your front office has less pressure. I'll tell you right now, I've written service for almost 2 decades. And I'll tell you right now that when this pressure comes down, the speed goes down and the sales go down. So who produces that pressure? This has to come from Mr. Manager. The manager must produce that. Not the lead tech, not the service advisor, not your GS, not your parts manager. This is the greatest thing a manager has to do inside of a shop. I'm going to ask you, what's more important than the manager making sure every car gets looked at and then that ticket goes up front as quickly as possible? That ticket has to go boom, 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 right? It has to go from here, straight back here, and then back to this guy. If you can do that quickly with pressure, what do you think happens? Sales go up. And when sales go up, what happens? Fixes everything. It's not rocket science, guys. That's literally why a manager is the highest paid guy inside the building. Why? Because he's responsible for sales. He's responsible for speed. So speed is good, sales are good, everything is fixed. Manager should be getting paid a ton of money. When the sales go down, it's because speed goes down, it's because front office pressure goes down, and then everything's broken. Then you know what happens? Everyone complains about everything. But really the problem is just sell more, right? So going back to this right here, guys, when you have sales, you have everything is fixed. Because you can basically have a store that is in turmoil, but if it's doing 100K a week every week and customers are happy, the team will be happy. And I'll tell you right now, the job of the manager, right? The job of the manager, this is where it comes from. It comes from pressure to move ticket. All right. Another way you could look at this is also how quickly that magnet moves across the board, especially in the first 2 to 3 steps, right? Getting that magnet from inspection to quote to approved to order parts. That's literally what produces sales. If you do that, your sales will go up. And again, that has to go from the manager. The manager has to do precisely that. He has to jump in bay number 1, and that should be the manager's office. And I can go on and on about this topic, guys, but I hope you understand. The manager is the guy that produces all the pressure inside the shop. When the pressure is low, it's because the manager is not doing his job. So once again, to recap, speed equals the sales. Speed comes from good culture and buy-in from the team. And it comes from the good leadership, the manager producing that pressure so that the ticket moves across the board as quickly as possible. And how we do that in our company is you stand in bay number 1 and you inspect every single car. This guy could be your GS. He could be the parts manager. He could be even a technician. I don't care if your lead tech's not doing anything. He can help you, but it's the manager's responsibility that every car gets looked at as quickly as possible. You get that ticket in 10 minutes back up front, and that ticket gets pitched and it gets sold, and then it gets ordered. And the manager can also stand here and he's doing the final touch, right? He's standing and he's watching. He does not actually write every ticket up himself. He's just watching the parts manager do it. He's not writing the guy do it, and that way he understands. He rushes that ticket to the back, and from there on he gets it sold, and he goes to parts order, and then he does this all day long, and it causes this pressure inside of the front office, which improves sales, and it basically goes to speed. And once you have speed and sales, you are not going to go out of business. I hope this helps, guys. This is huge. This is how I've always ran shops. I have found that this guy ends up sitting here and twiddling his thumbs, giving orders, and that's when the pressure goes down, sales goes down. Also, when a manager's twiddling his thumbs in the office, what do you think happens to culture and buying? Don't do that. Get the hell out of that office. Get in bay number 1. That's where you belong. That's where you should be. That's where all the money's at. And the further you get away from cars, let me put this by itself. The further you get away from the car, the less money you're going to make, right? This is a car, the broken hood. This is all the money. Don't get it twisted, right? This is where we should be. This is where equals money, right? You need to get as close to the car as possible. I'm talking to my managers. I'm talking to all the team. The closer you are to the broken car physically, the more money the store will make. The further away the manager and the front office gets from the car, the less money they make. This is really the summary here. And once again, the manager belongs in bay 1, and he needs to look at all the cars. He needs to produce that pressure. And I hope this helps. A long video, but I hope this makes all the difference.